What's up, wildflowers? It is Wednesday, January 7th. One card for today. All right, for today we got the Nine of Swords, and we got it in reverse. So this is still going along that theme. Yesterday we got Untapped Potential. The card pull before, we had the Tower in reverse. There's a lot of hesitation right now with embracing this kind of New Year energy that I've been trying to shove down your throat. So maybe I will back off on the toxic positivity for a minute. This card reminds us that while positive thinking has its place, there's a reason for those nagging fears. There's a reason when something, especially the Nine of Swords in reverse, can especially mean reoccurring, like reoccurring trauma wounds. When we talk about triggers, those come up because of something that we haven't addressed. So we have to skate that line pretty carefully of not falling into that toxic positivity trap where we're like, everything is sunshine and rainbows, this is going to be great. Sometimes you do have to step back and be like, I'm actually feeling really negative right now. I'm feeling really sad. I'm feeling really scared. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling upset, angry. Those emotions have their place too. And every emotion is trying to communicate. So it's very important to sit with those and acknowledge those and not try to push those out with that kind of everything is going to be fine. I don't have to feel any of these bad, negative emotions. Like, not every emotion feels good, but there's really no bad emotion. Where it becomes bad or harmful is when you let it hold you back. When you feel those fears and those doubts, it's okay to take a step back and say, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this? What is coming up for this? What is this trying to tell me? Where you don't want to go is, I'm going to let this cripple me. I'm going to let this derail me. This card means work through that trauma. Don't let it rule you. Work through it. I tell even my coaching clients, I tell them, I am not a therapist. You might need a therapist, right? Like, we all need a therapist. We need somebody to talk to. Work through those things that we have going on that we haven't, if you try to bury things too deep in that positive thinking bubble, they don't go away. They fester. And then they come up in different ways, right? Like, so you're overwhelmed. We've all had those days where we had a hard day at work and we're overwhelmed and we get home and we snap at our partner or we're impatient with our children, right? And it has nothing to do with them, but we've taken one stress, and instead of processing it and saying, hey, I need to take like 5 minutes in my car to breathe and reset before I go see my family, right? We go right from one stressful situation into another, and then we carry that stress, right? So it's not healthy to try to just keep denying those negative emotions and pushing those down. We've got to process them. And we're coming off of a full moon, and we're coming into that last quarter moon. So that's exactly the time of the month that we're in right now, is releasing. And you'll hear me say it again and again. Releasing isn't, I don't want these, so I'm going to throw them out, right? Because if you don't process them, they're going to come right back. Like, if you don't learn the lesson they're trying to teach you, or feel what they're trying to have you feel, it will come back And then sometimes it comes back in confusing ways because it's not even in the shape that it once was. So you're like, why am I feeling so impatient? Why am I feeling so angry? Why am I all of a sudden hit with this heavy sadness when nothing is happening to make me sad? And it's because 3 months ago, you were rejected by somebody you really care about. And instead of processing that, you were like, it doesn't matter. Or 6 months ago, you lost a job opportunity and you were like, I'm going to think positively that this is the next step in my life, which is great. But you also didn't acknowledge, I'm also hurt and disappointed and upset and scared. You have to do both. It's a balance. You can't be all positive. God forbid, I hope you're not all negative, right? Like there's that middle ground of, I'm going to allow myself to feel these things. I'm not going to let them weigh me down. I'm not going to let them stop me. They're not everything. They're not all encompassing. Another message from the 9 of Swords in reverse is to rest, right? Like they're sleeping, sleep on it, rest. A lot of the times in the morning, those things that we think were so scary, they're not. They're not as bad as they were, as we imagined them. It rarely is a scenario as bad as we can make it in our heads. Our heads are a scary place. The swords, the suit of swords in tarot is the scariest suit. It's the roughest suit because the scariest place you can be is trapped in your own mind. So maybe get some professional help. Maybe talk to a friend. Maybe do some journaling. Maybe do whatever will help you to process whatever it is that you are holding on to before you get too far into this new year and you miss out on everything that can come to you, right? Like we're going to do both here. We're going to be thinking positively. We're going to be manifesting the crap out of everything we want, but we're also going to process. And, even in the manifestation process, relationships are going to end because they're not going to fit into your new vibration anymore. Jobs might end, right? Like you might have tower moments where things come crumbling down because you're rebuilding something better. And even though the thing on the other end is better than what you have now, there is going to be a mourning process and a grieving process and uncomfortable and growing pains. And if you get too stuck in that everything is awesome part of your brain, you won't process those. So do both. Feel the joy, but also leave room for those emotions that are going to need to be processed. You can have both. You can be both. You don't have to be all or nothing, all or another thing. You can be everything. I'm going to pull more cards in the Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/dandelionland to get more into this. But as always, I believe in you.